So I've been promising to take some photos of my setup with the shavings that I used with my last litter. I didn't use it with my first litter. I used newspapers and swore I would never ever do that again. So this is what I used last time, and it worked so beautifully. I just loved it, and I've tried to describe it and never really felt like people were kind of understanding what I meant. So I wanted to shoot some video of it. So I just put this in today. I expanded the pen. It was 4x4. It's been 4x4 for since Monday. Today is Saturday. And today I expanded it. It's now 9x9, which is probably a little bit too big, but the way that X pens work, it's kind of hard to do an intermediate size. And I put the crate bottom back in here. There wasn't room in here when it was 4x4, but now that there is room for it, I wanted to put it back in. And so the puppies have a little play area here that's 4x4, the size of their old space. And then they have their sleeping bed, and then they have the potty area, which is 2x6. So it runs along the whole edge of that wall and is one panel of the X pen wide. It's blocked off with a 4x4 6-foot fence post, and then I have a tarp underneath that section, and with the tarp pulled up and attached to the sides of the X pen. So that sort of contains the shavings. I'm using white shavings, which is non-toxic and good for large and small animals, and that's what I used last time, and what the people who recommended this to me recommended using. So at this point, I think the puppies are just a little bit too young to really easily get over that 4x4 post. But they're able to do it, and they're getting better at it. It's kind of a learning curve, but they're doing pretty well. They're a little bit puzzled once they get into their big play area how to get back into the bed, because the opening is right up against the shavings area. But they're figuring out pretty quickly that they climb back into the shavings and around the corner and back into the bed. So the theory being they come straight out of their bed when they wake up and go right into the shavings and go potty. They're sort of getting it. I've seen several of them do it. Some of them are still not quite making it to the shavings, or they go into the shavings and then they come out and they potty on these potty pads. But that's okay. This is the first day that we've had this arrangement set up, and they learn it pretty quickly. My last litter, they're doing quite well. I didn't put the shavings in last time until they were about 4 weeks old, so these guys are just over 3 weeks now. And I wanted to try it a little younger because last time when I put the shavings in, the puppies ate them like crazy, and they just went straight through. But I thought maybe if I put the shavings in before they were really putting everything in their mouths, that might discourage the eating of the shavings a little bit. We'll see how it works. Anyway, I've been really pleased with the way this works. The puppies are really clean. They learn very quickly where to go potty and where not to. And once they're good and reliable, then I just pick up those potty pads all together, and they're just straight on the linoleum. So I just came around the other side so you can see how wide that is. And it's just got a thin layer of shavings. It's not even, I don't know, about a quarter of the way up the side of that 4x4, so maybe an inch worth of shavings in there right now. Obviously the puppies aren't very tall, so they don't eat very deep. Anyway, they do kick up a little bit of shavings out into the rest of the pen, but it's easily manageable. I like this a lot better than trying to use a litter box, because I think that litter boxes are too small, and I know that people have experienced some frustration getting their puppies to go use litter boxes, whereas this is sort of fail-safe. They come right out of the bed and into the shavings to go potty. You can see a couple of them are figuring out how to get over that 4x4. So we're already starting their agility training too. So see, there's a side benefit. Anyway, enough rambling about my setup. I just really wanted to document this, since I've had people ask and wondered how I managed to make this work. So that's how it works.